Welcome back to Go for Two Sports. I am your host, Aaron Shed, and today we are going to be doing a 2026 NFL mock draft. Just the first round, no trades, and it's going to be a mix between a predictive and a what I would do type of mock draft. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, starting up, we have the first overall pick in the NFL draft. We have Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. This isn't a question. Everybody has known for months that the Raiders are going to go quarterback, and specifically Mendoza, 6'5", great size. You know, he has all the potential in the world to be the franchise signal caller for the Raiders for many years to come. Not much more needs to be said about Fernando Mendoza. Pick number 2, Arvell Reese from Ohio State. He's going to come to the Jets to be an edge rusher. He did play linebacker and edge rusher, kind of 50-50. Well, more like 70-30, less edge rusher. But when he did rush the passer, he was just phenomenal. You see there, six and a half sacks, and he's just a part-time edge rusher. He's explosive. He flies around the football field, and he could get to the quarterback. And the Jets are going to go edge rusher Arvell Reese here with pick number 2. Moving on, pick number 3, the Cardinals are going to go David Bailey. During the offseason, there was some trade talk about Josh Sweat asking for a trade, but that has since been taken back. It has come out that that's not true. So I think the Cardinals can go really anywhere here as they're about to enter into a multiple-year rebuild. So I think a good spot is to go ahead and shore up the edge position alongside Josh Sweat and pick David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech, here at number 3. Moving on, number 4, the Tennessee Titans. Kind of similar with the Cardinals, they're going to have a rebuild, except the Titans have their franchise signal caller. And the one person that their franchise signal caller wants is his former teammate, Ruben Bain from Miami, edge rusher. Now, Ruben Bain is an interesting prospect because in college, the production was there. The dude was a monster. Like during the college football playoff, this dude single-handedly wrecked games on his own. In the run game, rushing the passer, the dude does it all. The downside of him as a prospect comes out to his measurables. That arm length is bad. And a lot of people overlook arm length when it comes to prospects, but it's very important, especially for young players in the trenches. It's all about getting that first contact, and whoever has the longer arms, obviously, are going to be able to get that first contact and be able to dictate how the snap goes in the trenches. So I feel like this could definitely be an issue for Ruben Bain, but just seeing him play, it doesn't come in to affect much. Like the dude still, he gets after it. We're going to see how that transitions to the NFL, but the Tennessee Titans, there's been some rumors connecting them with the Jeremiah Love. I'm not going to do that today. I think that that's just smoke screens. I think that they're going to get their guy that their quarterback is vocally advocating for. Sorry, excuse me. Ruben Bain from Miami, edge rusher for the Tennessee Titans at 4. Moving on, pick number 5. This is really when the draft starts to open up, in my opinion. Sonny Styles to the New York Giants to play linebacker. Sonny Styles is a freak. There's no other way to say it. Sonny Styles is a freak of nature. This dude is all over the football field. He's going to come in and play linebacker next to the newly acquired Tremaine Edmonds, and they're going to have a phenomenal season. I think this is going to completely transform the New York Giants defenses. They do have a good pass rush. Secondary is up and coming. Linebacker unit. This is going to make the New York Giants be competitive. I smell an 8-9 season incoming for the New York Giants, but Sonny Styles, just incredible prospect. You can see the 10-yard splits, the vert 40-yard dash, like all of them are super good. The broad jump, I forgot, like he set the record in the broad jump. He set the record in the 40, I think. Like not the 40, my fault. The vertical jump. The guy is insane. He had a tremendous combine performance, and likewise, that has shot him up boards, including mine. So he's going to go pick 5 here to the New York Giants. Moving on, pick number 6 for the Cleveland Browns. We have wide receiver Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Carnell Tate wasn't even the best receiver on his team. And I think that you see that a lot when it comes to Ohio State, because Ohio State is just a wide receiver factory. Jeremiah Smith obviously is the best receiver on that, was the best receiver on that team, but Carnell Tate, he had a phenomenal year, and it showed up. They're watching the film. Like, Carnell Tate was a guy that can consistently get open. Not the fastest guy in the world you see with the 4.53 40 time, but he reminds me of the Puka Nakuas and the Justin Jeffersons of the world. Like, he's gonna run any route in the book. He's gonna get open against zone. I think he had top 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. Top 5 average space created against zone. I could have worded that better, but anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Carnell Tate, he is going to the Browns here to be Shedeur Sanders' wide receiver number 1. They really have not much else there. Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy. Not worried about those guys. Carnell Tate's going to come in and be an instant difference maker for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. They do have another pick at 24, and I think that in this draft that they're going to go wide receiver and offensive line, or offensive line and wide receiver. It just so happens in this mock that I decided to take the first wide receiver off the board here at number 6 and go Carnell Tate from Ohio State. Moving on, pick number 7, another Ohio State guy. This makes 4 already. We have Caleb Downs for the Washington Commanders. Caleb Downs is probably the best prospect in this draft. Positional value is going to push him down boards a little bit. You don't really want to take a safety, super high, but in a talent where there's not that many blue chip prospects, this is considerably one of them. Caleb Downs is a guy. He's going to come in and immediately transform this Washington Redskins defense. He's going to come in and probably be an all-pro his first season. He's going to be insane. Caleb Downs is a great player, great range. He can step down and play in the box. He can play over top. Caleb Downs does it all. And he's incredibly intelligent. He knows the play before the offense knows the play. This guy, tremendous leader, tremendous talent. I think he's going to be an all-pro for years to come and probably the best player in this draft class. Moving on, pick number 8 for the New Orleans Saints, we have Francis Mauigoa, tackle from Miami. Francis Mauigoa, there are concerns with arm length with him. Like I was saying with Ruben Bain in the trenches, it's all about making that first contact and being able to withstand, the physical battle that is the defensive line in the NFL. Francis Mauigoa is strong and he's big, and he's going to come in and shore up this offensive line for the Saints that really need everything. They have all kinds of needs outside of quarterback and running back, I guess you could say. Jeremiah Love was thought about here until they signed Travis Etienne or ETM, whichever you call him. I think it's just weird that it's pronounced Etienne, but I don't want to mispronounce the guy's name if is how it's pronounced. So Travis Etienne, I'll say that for moving on. My apologies. Travis Etienne stops me from selecting Jeremiah Love here at pick 8. Saints going to get their offensive tackle of the future, Francis Mauigoa. Moving on, pick number 9, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to select wide receiver Mekhi Lemon out of USC, and this guy is he is everything that I said about Carnell Tate. You can copy and paste here, Mekhi Lemon, except not being the best receiver on his team. Carnell Tate is a guy that just Mekhi Lemon is a guy that he gets open and he produces. There at USC, he was a human highlight reel at times. He's little on the smaller side, but he does make up for. He plays big. He plays physical. Mekhi Lemon is going to go here to the number 9 to the Chiefs, and that's going to hopefully spark some fire in their wide receiver room. Xavier Worthy is not a wide receiver 1. I wouldn't even call him a wide receiver 2 on a good day. He's really just a gadget guy. He's really fast. There's not much else he's going to bring to you. He's not durable. Rashee Rice, we don't even know if he's going to play next year for a pending domestic abuse case. They need help. They need help in that wide receiver room, and I think that's where they're going to go with their first round pick here in 2026 with Mekhi Lemon. Moving on, we have pick number 10 with the Cincinnati Bengals, Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is also one of the only blue chip prospects with Caleb Downs in this class. Jeremiah Love is twitchy. He's fast. He's not the greatest back in the receiving game, but he doesn't need to be. They already have Chase Brown there. That's a good 1-2 punch. And I'm sorry, Bengals fans. Chase Brown is not going to stop me from drafting a talent like Jeremiah Love. Chase Brown is good, and take no credit away from Chase Brown. And the Bengals could really have gone a lot of places here. And defense was probably needed. If I was doing trades, I would have, in this situation, I probably would have traded down and tried to acquire more capital and beef up the defense. But these mock drafts do change. It's all about exploring different possibilities in the draft. And with this possibility, I decided to stop the Jeremiah Love fall here at 10 and take him off the board to the Cincinnati Bengals to give Joe Burrow some help. Moving on, pick number 11, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are in an interesting position because they are entering what's going to be a multi-year rebuild, but they are paying Tua Tagovailoa $99 million in dead cap. That's insane. You're paying someone $99 million to not play for you. It's insane. Miami Dolphins also purged their roster, got rid of all of their guys. They need talent. They need offensive line. They need really everything. So we're going to go Monroe Freeling with their first round pick. They do have another at number 30 thanks to the Jalen Waddle trade with the Denver Broncos. So they're going to have multiple first round picks here. Could maybe trade down. Could maybe use that to trade up and grab a guy. I don't think they will. They need multiple guys in there, and they need to start this rebuild around Malik Willis. So pick number 11, we're going to go Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle from Georgia. Great size. He's a great athlete. He's going to be able to protect Malik Willis this coming year and hopefully be a franchise tackle if he can sort out his issues from college. This is a player that he struggles a lot getting flagged, but he is tremendous. Yeah, I don't know what more to say about the guy. The guy can get out and move. He pass blocks very well. He's very strong in the run game. This guy's going to step in and be an instant difference maker for the Miami Dolphins on that offensive line. Moving on, pick number 12, we have Mansour D-Lane, defensive back from LSU, and I just watched this guy's pro day the other day. This guy is insane. This graphic is not updated. He ran in the 4.3s at his pro day. The guy is he's an athlete. The guy is an athlete. Mansour D-Lane also is just he has the potential we've seen to be a shutdown corner at times. He struggled with zone coverage at times, but if you put him out on an island in man coverage against somebody, he's gonna shut them down. He's going to shut them down. They're going to come in and be a tremendous addition to this defensive back room alongside Deron Blaine for the Dallas Cowboys here at pick number 12, the first of their also multiple first-round picks. They also have pick number 20. Alrighty, moving on. We have pick number 13, wide receiver Jordan Tyson from Arizona State going to the Los Angeles Rams. And look, it's no question on if the Rams want to add to their wide receiver room. We know that. Devontae Adams is getting old. Puka Nacua, he's going to be their one for years to come. Outside of that, you don't have much. Jordan Whittington has never really taken off. I'm blanking on anyone else in that wide receiver room at the moment, but Jordan Tyson is going to step in and, be wide receiver 3, maybe in a couple years when Devontae Adams retires, is going to take a bigger role, but he is going to be the future of the Los Angeles Rams at wide receiver with Puka Nacua. Jordan Tyson he's a big body. He's a big body. 6'2", 203. Very strong. Very strong. 4'5", 40 time. Like I said, not the worst thing in the world. We see a lot of excellent receivers in the league running in the 4.5s. Smith Najigba, not Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua, like a lot of these guys that just get open on a consistent basis in the NFL. So I'm not too worried about the speed. I think Jordan Tyson's going to come in and be an instant difference maker for the Los Angeles Rams at wide receiver. I don't expect him to have the craziest rookie year, as there are, a bunch of mouths to feed in that offense. But for years to come, I think he's going to be a great player for the Rams. Moving on, pick number 14, we have versatile weapon Spencer Fano. Spencer Fano has recently shot down boards due to his arm length measurement being abysmal at the combine. But since then, he's had his pro day, and it's not listed on this graphic. I should have updated that. My apologies. His arm length is actually 32 and 7/8 inches. So they missed out, 6/8 of an inch when measuring him at the combine. And this was a problem that the combine reportedly had with multiple athletes. Don't know what's going on over there, but that does change things with Spencer Fano, because this guy has, he's been talking about as strictly as a guy you're going to kick inside, maybe even to play center. He played center in his time at Utah. He played everywhere on the offensive line with his time in Utah. And by the way, don't ask me what happened to Caleb Lomu from Utah in this draft. I forgot that he existed as a prospect. That's my apologies. He will be in the next one. I realized afters, and I thought that it just wasn't enough time to fix it. My apologies. But Spencer Fano here, he's going to come in and be a versatile weapon on the offensive line for the Baltimore Ravens. He's shown he can play center. He can kick inside, play guard. He can play tackle. Like, the guy can do whatever the Ravens need. I'm going to project him to kick inside to guard here, and it's going to shore up that offensive line for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Moving on, pick number 15. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name. I lied. I am. Olaivavega Ioane. Roast me in the comments. That was horrible. I think. I don't know. I've heard it said before, but I can never remember. It's just one of those complicated names for me, so we're just going to call him Ioane. So Ioane, guard from Penn State, is a mauler in the run game. The guy, he was tremendous at Penn State, didn't get flagged much, was great in pass protection, was great on the run. I think he's one of the most surefire prospects in this draft. Did slide down the board, obviously, for position value reasons, but I do think he's going to come in and shore up this interior offensive line that the Bucs really need. Even though I hate the Bucs, this is a tremendous pick for them. Just come in and protect Baker, protect their guy, give him more time to throw to their weapons. And yeah, that's about it for the guard from Penn State heading to the Bucs. Moving on, pick number 17 to 16, I apologize. Pick number 16 for the New York Jets are going to be taking Jermod McCoy. They had pick number 2, and they went edge rusher Arvell Reese. I think they're going to double dip on the defensive side here based on the way that the board has fallen and take Jermod McCoy, corner out of Tennessee. This guy he's a beast. He's a beast. Injury concerns with this guy. Hasn't been, healthy consistently, but when he is on the field, he's a difference maker. And he's the type of guy that's going to shut down half of the field. You can play him on an island. You can kick him inside, play him in the slot. He can do it all. Jermod McCoy is going to come and be this, hopefully, a Sauce Gardner replacement in New York, as they shipped him out for a couple of firsts to Indianapolis earlier this year. Moving on, pick number 17, we have edge rusher from Auburn, Keldrick Falk, going to the Detroit Lions to pair up with Aiden Hutchinson. Keldrick Falk is a machine. This dude is a tremendous athlete. He flies around the football field. He gets to the quarterback consistently. Has struggled with finishing the play, but the pressures are there. The quarterback, the consistency getting off the ball is there. He's only 20 years old. He's going to be 21 after his rookie year. So this is a guy that you're gonna have a lot of runway with. He's gonna be able to develop on this defensive line very well. I think he's gonna fit into the Dan Campbell system of the just hard nosed go at it football guys. I think he's gonna fit into that system very well, and he's gonna be a big complementary piece on the other side of that defensive line next to Aiden Hutchinson. Moving on, pick number 18, we have Dylan Thieneman. Dylan Thieneman is tremendous, and a lot of media outlets get obsessed with Caleb Downs as a safety, and I don't think that the safety prospect, Dylan Thieneman, is that far off from Caleb Downs. And that may be a hot take, but this guy he's great. He's versatile. He can play in the slot. He can play in the box. He can play overhead. The guy's fast. 4.3, 5.40. You can see there in the vert in the 97th percentile. He's an athlete. He's explosive, and he's going to be anywhere and everywhere. And we haven't had any word on if Harrison Smith is retiring for the Vikings yet. I don't believe as of recording this. So he's going to come in, play next to him, or take his spot there at safety for the Minnesota Vikings for years to come. Pick number 19, got my team, my favorite team, the Carolina Panthers, and this works out perfect. Kenyon Sadiq is tied in one, and it's not close. Kenyon Sadiq is a tremendous athlete. You do have concerns with him in the run game. He doesn't have, ideal weight and size, but on tape, it didn't show up with the way that he was used at Oregon. It didn't show up on tape much. Um, he is going to come in and immediately be tied in one for the Panthers, as we have Tommy Tremble and Jatavion Sanders and Mitchell Evans. None of those guys are Kenyon Sadiq. They're not going to be a downfield threat the way that Sadiq will. So for my Panthers, we're going to take Kenyon Sadiq, and I love this pick. I love this pick. This is exactly what I would do here. I think that the Panthers at 19 is one of the most fun picks in the draft because it's going to always change based on how the board falls. And they filled up a lot of their needs in free agency. So the fact that they're able to come and get a difference-making tight end at pick number 19, along with all their additions in free agency, this is great. An A-plus offseason for the Panthers if this happens. Moving on, pick number 20, we have the C.J. Allen, linebacker from the Dallas Cowboys, coming out of Georgia. This guy he's just a difference maker. And I know I've said that about a lot of these guys, but that's just the type of football players that we're looking at here. CJ Allen is a guy that you can blitz him, you can drop him back into coverage. He's tremendous against the run. He's a tackling machine. He's probably going to be 100 tackle a year type of guy for many years for the Dallas Cowboys here with their second pick. They have not much at linebacker. They have Overshawn, who's aging. He's been hurt, didn't have a great year last year. CJ Allen is going to come in and pair next to him and hopefully spark some fire into what is a really, really bad defense. Moving on, pick number 21, we have Blake Miller, the tackle out of Clemson. And let me tell you, this guy's massive. This guy is absolutely massive. He does struggle with some of the polish sides of the game. He's not great with his hands, but he is going to come in and hopefully learn up the Steelers, who traditionally have a good offensive line, who I wouldn't say have a horrible offensive line right now. They're just missing a guy. Blake Miller, he can stick a tackle, he can kick inside, he's versatile, he's big, and he's going to come in here at pick number 21 and be the future at tackle for the Steelers. I'll consider Ty Simpson here. Not gonna do that. In this mock, we're gonna pretend that Aaron Rodgers has re-signed or has come back, however you want to say it. Um, I don't think that they're gonna draft Ty Simpson here. I think they're gonna run with a veteran next year or give Will Howard the job. I could see them taking a quarterback later down the board, but if I recall correctly, I don't think the Steelers have many picks in this draft, so they need to use them wisely. If I was them, I would trade out. I would trade down from this position, but no trade today, so we're just gonna go Blake Miller, tackle from Clemson. Moving on, pick number 22, we have the Chargers taking Emmanuel McNeill-Warren. Emmanuel McNeill-Warren, this is going to be the third safety off the board, but I don't care. This is a untraditional draft with the prospects at less valuable positions. A lot of the best prospects are just they're not at positions that you would traditionally draft in the first round or get the best value of drafting in the first round. But I think Emmanuel McNeill-Warren is a Swiss Army knife. This guy can do he can do it all. He's tremendous playing over top. He's even better when he drops down in the box. He's not somebody that you're gonna want doing a lot of man coverage. He's more of a zone guy. I don't think he's the fastest guy, but he's quick and he's smart. So using his vision, he's able to cut down on the time, the reaction time. So that doesn't come into play. Emmanuel McNeill-Warren from Toledo, he's just a guy. He's a really, really good guy, locker room guy. And he's going to come in and play safety for the Chargers and really help out their defensive back room who needs help. Chargers need a lot, but this is going to help their defensive backs. Moving on, the Philadelphia Eagles here at 23 are going to go Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver from Indiana. We don't have any word on what's going to happen with the A.J. Brown saga. I'd imagine he's going to be traded either during the draft, after the draft, somewhere post June 1st for contract reasons, or we could maybe see him during the season at the trade deadline when things heat up and talks heat up for him. But I do not think A.J. Brown is going to stay in Eagles for their foreseeable future. So they're going to pick wide receiver here to pair along with Devontae Smith. If you keep A.J. Brown, you have three good receivers. But this is looking ahead. This is looking for life after A.J. Brown because they don't have much else in that room. Omar Cooper Jr. He was tremendous for Indiana. Obviously played with Mendoza, and he was the number one target there. He's a guy that's gonna come in and he's gonna get open. He's a guy that's not the fastest in the world. He's not slow. 4.42 is not slow by any means, but he is. He's a good athlete and a good prospect, and I think he's gonna come in and be a difference maker for Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. I don't think he's A.J. Brown. I want to preface everything by saying that he's not A.J. Brown by no means. I don't think anybody is A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown he's a one of a kind type player, but I do think he can make up for some of the production, especially when A.J. Brown just doesn't want to be in Philadelphia at all. So Omar Cooper to the Eagles. Moving on, pick number 24, the Browns with their second first-round pick are going to take Caden Proctor, tackle from Bama. I think the Browns have done a good job at beefing up their interior offensive line with signings like Zion Johnson and Elton Jenkins. Not the best in the world, but, they're going to come in and they're going to be serviceable starters. I think Caden Proctor is going to do the same at tackle. I think Caden Proctor is a guy with not a lot of polish. He moved around a lot at Bama. He played some guard. He went from left tackle to right tackle. Obviously, they used him in the big man packages. I think that he can come in and play a similar role for the Browns here and hopefully develop alongside whoever their franchise signal caller is going to be, whether that's Gabriel or Shador Sanders, or if they draft a guy, sign a guy, Deshaun Watson. It's not Deshaun Watson. Screw that guy. Anyways, moving on. Pick number 25, we have Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher from Miami. He played opposite Ruben Bain, and this guy was also incredible. He's part of the best pass rush in the country there in Miami, and this guy 12 and a half sacks. He got to it. Um, he is an older prospect. He's coming in at like I think he's 24, will be 25 by the time the season starts. So he is a little on the older side, but when you have a guy that can consistently get to the passer this much, you are going to take a flyer on him in the first round here for the Bears, a team that needs pass rush opposite of Montez Sweat. Moving on, pick number 26 for the Buffalo Bills. We're going to go Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. Boston is he's a big body guy. And that 4.6 40 time is concerning. And that definitely I feel like has pushed him down the board. But Denzel Boston to come in and play receiver next to DJ Moore and Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. It's just another body in that room that's going to give Josh Allen weapons. The Buffalo Bills really don't have many needs. They could have went a plethora of options here. They could have went anywhere, and in this video, I chose to go with Denzel Boston to give Josh Allen some more help at receiver with a big body target. Moving on. Pick number 27, we have Cassius Howell from Texas A&M. This is also an older prospect, but he is a freak of nature. He's strictly a speed rusher. He's not great against the run. He's going to come in and be a DPR for really wherever he goes. In this mock draft, we have him going to the Niners, and the Niners need defensive line help. Year after year, they just get crippled on the defensive line, and I think he can come in and be a good guy to go along. Nick Bosa, who was their first? Michael Williams last year. He can just come in and definitely be a merchant and produce based off strictly off what those guys can do. Cassius Howell he's not the most polished prospect, but he does get to the quarterback. And I think that's all you're really going to be asking from him to come in with the 49ers here at pick 27, Cassius Howell. Moving on, we have pick 28. We have Caden McDonald, and I guess my graphics are gone. It's all right. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle. He's a force of nature. Coming out of Ohio State, he's part of that tremendous defense. He is a little bit on the younger side. He's unpolished a little bit. Struggles with his weight to a certain extent. You do want to see him put on more weight as the season comes, but I think he's going to come in and definitely help out this defensive line with the Houston Texans, who have the best edge rush in football. He's going to come in and shore up that middle spot with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter on the outside. Moving on, pick number 29, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going Peter Woods, defensive lineman from Clemson. Peter Woods, he's going to be the franchise nose tackle, defensive tackle moving forward for the Chiefs. I don't imagine Chris Jones has much time left. He's been Hall of Famer, tremendous for the Chiefs, but his time is almost up. And so Peter Woods is going to come in and be their replacement. He can play all over the defensive line. I like him really anywhere on the defensive line, but I prefer on the inside. Peter Woods he had a down year this past year with Clemson. Everybody had a down year on Clemson. Screw Clemson. Sorry, Clemson fans, had to drop that one in there. The guy 2 years ago, he was thought as a top 10 prospect, and obviously with a down year and a not crazy performance at the combine, the 40 time looked good, but nothing much else jumped off the screen for you. That definitely did push him down boards, but good for the Chiefs because they're able to get their guy here at 29. Moving on, pick number 30 with the Miami Dolphins, their second pick of the night. Tonight, sorry. They're going to go Avion Terrell from Clemson. Multiple Clemson prospects coming off the board here, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Avion Terrell is not going to be a boundary corner in the NFL. He's just not. He doesn't have the size. I think he does have the speed, but the size is not there. The strength is not there. He's going to get bullied on the outside by bigger, stronger receivers. I think Avion Terrell can come in and play slot. He's going to be a tremendous slot receiver, and that's what I have him doing for the Miami Dolphins here. He's going to come in and give them someone because Miami Dolphins have just been purging their team this offseason. So Avion Terrell to start this rebuild with the Miami Dolphins moving forward. Pick number 31, the New England Patriots, the Super Bowl runner-up, are going to go TJ Parker from Clemson, another defensive lineman from Clemson. This guy was similarly, he was thought of as a top 10 prospect, and a bad year has changed that. Or not a bad year, an off year, slow season, whatever you want to call it for the Clemson Tigers. No one on that team had a good year, and their draft positions reflect that. Here, the Patriots are able to get an edge rusher and hopefully come in and replace Caleb Chassion, who had a really good year last year for the Patriots on a 1-year deal. It's my opinion that they should have brought him back, but being able to get TJ Parker at 31 in the draft is you would run this pick up to the podium if you're the Patriots. Super excited about that. Could have gone receiver here, could have gone multiple places, but for today in this mock draft, we're going to go TJ Parker from Clemson. All right, with the last pick in the first round, the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champions, are going to take defensive back Colton Hood from Tennessee. This guy's going to come in. He's going to be your Tariq Woolen replacement. They need help on the defensive back room, but not much else in that team, to be honest. The Seattle Seahawks, they just won the Super Bowl. They have a tremendous roster. Colton Hood is definitely going to come in and fill a hole that wasn't addressed in free agency. Tariq Woolen, they let him walk on a 1-year, $15 million deal to the Philadelphia Eagles. Seahawk fans, you're probably not super mad at that because Tariq Woolen got flagged a lot. Super fast guy, but he just, how do I put this? The guy allowed receivers to go off against him. Like, the coverage is there until it isn't. And then when it isn't, it became a problem. And the penalties racked up. The Seahawks were super ecstatic to hopefully get an upgrade here at Colton Hood playing opposite Devon Witherspoon over there in Seahawks. And that is going to do it. You can see I have the full mock draft here. If you guys want to take a look to get a refresher to see what your favorite team picked. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and a subscribe. It helps out the channel tremendously. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Peace.